Hi there, it's Azimah from myenglishmatters.com. I have a quiz for you, so I want you to get ready. Do say hello if you're here with me live. We're going to talk about how to use S and the apostrophe S. So I will be giving you all the tips and tricks for understanding these things because it is a common confusion among learners. So once you're ready, then we do a bit of a quiz and you can write the answers in the chat. All right, so let's get ready, everybody. Now, I'll be talking about plurals, verbs, contractions, possessives, and an advanced quiz at the end. Okay, so plurals. Now, plural nouns are used to refer to more than one person, animal, object, or concept. In English, we do this by forming or adding the letter S or ES to the singular form of countable nouns. So you have to be careful with your spelling. So when we say a cat and we want to make it into a plural form, we add an S. So 2 cats, an apple, 5 apples, a window, many windows, a watch, 2 watches, my responsibility, various responsibilities. So S is quite tricky because some of us are a little bit careless, or maybe we forget because we don't have so much of an S in our native language, if it's Bahasa Melayu for you. So we have to be careful with this one. Now, some nouns in English are always plural, so we have to be careful as well with these words. So scissors, it's not scissor, it's scissors with an S. Trousers, this would be the British English form. Trousers, a pair of trousers. I bought a new pair of trousers. Americans prefer to say pants, but again, both of these words come with an S. Waalaikumsalam, Faiza. Nice to see you. Shorts is another one. Shorts, again, something very, maybe guys would wear shorts. And an S there, you have to put an S. Jeans, so we don't say, this is an old jean. It's jeans, a pair of jeans. Glasses, when I mean glasses, I mean, of course, spectacles, your eyewear. Glasses, not cawan glass, that one. Glasses, that comes in the plural form. Same thing with binoculars. Goods, when I mean goods, I mean physical products such as clothing, goods, electronics. And savings, like retirement savings and life savings. And this word is quite difficult to say. Species, that comes with an S as well, though you say it with the Z sound, species. So be careful with these words. These words are always plural. Now, what kind of mistakes do we make when it comes to understanding some of these nouns? So common mistake number 1 is adding an S when referring to uncountable nouns. So uncountable nouns refer to general things such as qualities, substances, and processes. Right, so it means that basically we cannot count them, so you shouldn't put an S. Okay, so these nouns do not have a plural form. Number 1, let me give you some words. Number 1, advice. So not advices, not an advice. Furniture, not furnitures. Information, so never informations, even though you have a lot of information in your head. Not informations. Knowledge, not knowledges. Research, not researchers. Staff, not staffs. All right. Homework, homeworks, not homeworks, but homework. And feedback, not feedbacks. Okay. Right, so these are the things that you have to be careful when it comes to nouns. And I'm going to give you another common mistake with nouns. So nouns, Sometimes we add an S to irregular nouns. That is a common mistake. So we also have irregular nouns. So let's take a look at some examples of irregular nouns. I'm going to show you some that have the same form for the singular and plural. So there's a clue there. If you can see fish there. So a fish, singular form. The plural form, several fish, not fishes. A sheep, make it plural, 9 sheep, not 9 sheeps. An aircraft, let's make it plural, 6 aircraft. The headquarters, make that into plural, their headquarters. A piece of software. So software, you don't say softwares, you can say software programs instead. So be careful with these nouns that have the same form for the singular and plural. So I gave you 5 examples. Now there's another type of irregular nouns. I'm talking about ones that don't follow the typical rules for pluralization. So we actually change the spelling and the form altogether. So here are some common ones that I think you all know. So a tooth would be one. The plural form, you have to change a spelling. My teeth. Let's take a look at some more examples. A child, 2 children. A man, the men. A woman, the women. A person, the people. So note, persons, you can use persons, but this is typically used in more formal or legal contexts. You might see this in a formal document. For example, all persons involved in the transaction must provide valid identification. So you might see this little notice in, let's say you're heading somewhere, a place, a formal place there, and you can see this saying here. So that can appear, but this is quite formal. You can think of persons being similar to individuals. All right. Now, this is your turn. You're going to answer these. Choose the correct answer and decide if the nouns are uncountable or countable based on what we have just learnt. Okay. Number 1, the student or the students are studying for their exams. The student or the students are studying for their exams. And decide whether the nouns are uncountable or countable. Number 2, she denied all knowledge or knowledges of the affair. Once you choose the correct answer, decide whether the noun is countable or uncountable. She denied all knowledge or knowledges of the affair. Number 3, keep answering, guys. She has access to all the information or informations needed for the project. Countable or uncountable? Do you put an S or no S? Number 4, thank you for your valuable advice or advices. Uncountable or countable? Let's decide on the correct answer. Okay. Number 5, one of the boy or boys got into trouble with the teacher. One of the boy or one of the boys got into trouble with the teacher. Be careful for number 5. This is another common mistake we make, especially when we see one of the. And number 6, when we were children, we had sheep or sheeps and fish or fishes as pet or pets. Quite a lot there for number 6. Okay, thank you so much, you guys, for answering. All right, now let me reveal the answers. Okay, right. So number 1, the students are studying for the exams. So students are countable. I'm talking about many students, so we have to put an S there. She denied all knowledge, that is uncountable, of the affair. She has access to all the information. What do you think? Uncountable information or informations. Number 4, thank you for your valuable advice. So uncountable, never say advice, an advice. If you want to say advice, you can say a piece of advice, some advice, but never advices. Number 5, okay, when we say one of the, I mean one of the many things, which means that for number 5, it's one of the boys got into trouble with the teacher. So I'm saying one boy, but I'm saying one from the many of the boys, of the many boys. So that's a tricky one. And number 6, we have learned this already. Sheep and fish, singular or plural, no S. But for pets, we talk about lots of, many pets. So we put S for pets. So did you get them all correct? If you did, say well done to yourself. Yay. Well done, well done. Fantastic. All right. Now, I want to test your knowledge of the apostrophe S afterwards. So be careful. Stay tuned for that quiz. Now, let's do this one. Adding S to a verb. Adding an S to a verb. So sometimes we have to use a verb with an S, but we have to be very careful. We add an S or an ES to the verb, I'm talking about an action, if the subject is in the third person singular. So subject can be he, she, or it. And I'm talking about the present tense, meaning that it's happening right now or regularly or habitually. So I'm talking about the action happening now, regularly, always. So here are some examples. These are examples in the present tense. So she is the subject, is a third person singular. So she walks home from work every evening. So she does this every day. So we have to put an S to the verb walks. So it becomes walks. He eats a nutritious breakfast every morning. He eats, not he eat. He eats. And the dog barks at strangers. So it barks at strangers. I'm talking about one dog, and I don't know whether it's a female dog or a male dog. You can categorize that as it if you wish. The dog barks at strangers, right? So note that these examples are in the present tense, which shows that the actions, events, or situations are happening now or are generally true or occur regularly. Now, a common mistake that we often make is not putting an S. We forget to add an S or an ES to the verb. So look at these examples. She always speak her mind. Where's the verb? The verb, the action is speak, right? So she always speaks her mind. This one. Number 2, he go to work every day. I go to work every day is fine, but he, third person singular, he goes to work every day. He always arrive on time. Where's the verb and why is this wrong? Arrive is the verb, the action. He always arrives on time. So practice your S there. He always, so it sounds like a Z here. He always arrives. Sounds like a Z there, not an S. So you have to be careful and you have to make this into a habit when you speak so that when you write it also is also correct. He always arrives on time. Okay. So hope that is clear. This is about subject and verb agreement.